Hi, my name is Kat Smith, and I'll be doing my animation presentation on Wes Anderson's Isle of Dogs. And I'm gonna play the sushi scene. Alright, little background. Anderson's first animated feature was Fantastic Mr. Fox, which was released in 2009, which was almost a decade before Isle of Dogs. Um, Anderson is able to sneak animation into many of his live action films. For example, in Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, Grand Budapest Hotel, and Moonrise Kingdom. And using miniature sets and models helps save money on the budget, especially when you're an indie director like Wes Anderson. This is him right here with all of his puppets. He is referred to as the modern day auteur, which is a term from French New Wave, and he has definitely earned that title as an auteur because he has a very distinct style and he has many signatures, including symmetry, a pastel color palette, and his recurring ensemble, which is all featured in Isle of Dogs. And it is a stop motion animation featuring puppets, and under the puppets there is a mechanical skeleton that is made out of wires and is flexible, which helps the animators in between takes. It is 24 frames per second, and the one scene we watched took 7 months to make, so I can't imagine how long the whole film took to make, but within the 7 months, I found a video that shows the 32-day time lapse of the overhead shot of the hands making the sushi, which was really cool. Originally, they wanted to tell a story about dogs living in garbage together, but they also wanted to do something set in Japan and show off their love for Japanese cinema. Um, the film finally came together when they created a fantasy version of Japan. Anderson cites Akira Kurosawa and Hayao Miyazaki as his major influences while making this film, and below I've included some of my favorites from their films. Um, Seven Samurai, Rashomon, Todesk Gaden, My Neighbor Totoro, Porco Rosso, and Spirited Away. All 9 of Wes Anderson's films have a very distinct color palette, which are featured in this chart right here. If you look at it, there are a lot of pastel colors, jewel tone colors, and there are a lot of colors with brown and gray undertones. And below I have featured the colors that I noticed the most while watching Isle of Dogs again, and it is his use of color that lets you know it's a Wes Anderson film. The sushi scene is made up of these 5 different shots. First, there is the overhead POV shot. It's a point of view, and the point of a point of view is to see what he sees, the chef. We'll call him Sushi Chef. Then it cuts to a eye-level close-up of the poison wasabi. Then it cuts to an extreme close-up of the chef spreading the wasabi on the sushi. Then it cuts to this medium shot. It is from the waist up, so it's a medium shot, and I would say this shot is the establishing shot of the film because it establishes the area that all of these shots were in and who was making the sushi. The scene finally ends with another POV shot of him signing the delivery slip on the bento for Professor Watanabe, and this shows us reveals information and the target of the upcoming murder of the poison wasabi. Now, if you look at all of these shots, they have one thing in common that Wes is famous for, and it is every shot shows off symmetry. So if you go and look at all of these shots, you should be able to draw a line in the middle, and it should be perfectly balanced on both sides. Draw a line. If you draw a line, it's perfect symmetry. Alright, last thing I wanted to say, this dog reminds me of how we're all in quarantine, so wash your hands, stay safe, watch some of these movies that we talked about, and upcoming, Wes Anderson has a new movie coming out on October 16th, 2020. It's called The French Dispatch. Y'all should go see it, and he should win an Oscar for it, finally. Thank you!